Hi, this is Mandy from Sunflowers and Doors. Welcome back to my messy channel. I'm just popping on quick. I have somewhere that I've got to go shortly. So I've got a couple of minutes where I can just glue these bits down. So that is what I am going to do. So these are the bits that we've put together for our second fold-out piece. So there's a few bits to glue down. I have inked all around the edges, and I have stitched the panel pieces. So I'm just going to quickly pop those on. While I'm waiting to go out. So I hope you're all well and enjoying the nice weather. Well, it's been nice today in Cardiff. It's been really lovely. So yeah, I think it's forecast to be pretty bad over the next couple of days. So it was a case of enjoying. Work was a bit manic mine, so I didn't get to go out, but I did sit in front of the window where the sun was, and it felt a bit like a summer day again. It was really nice. So all of these have been cut down to size, and then I've got another piece then to do, and then it's only one small section to put a backing on, and we can start with the kind of ephemera bits and pieces. I'm really looking forward to it, but I'm a bit nervous as well, I think, because I'm not 100% sure how I want things yet. I know I've got my idea that I want different sections for the different main characters in the beginning, and then this is going to be more about the romance or the relationship developing, but what that's going to look like, I really don't know. Oh, I did that wrong. Yeah, I did that wrong. I'm going to have to quickly take this bit up here, and I'm going to have to glue this down first. Otherwise it's going to show. So this is going to go on here like that. Oh, come on. And then this is going to go back on here. Oops, daisy. Not too bad. I mean, in fairness, that is the great thing about working with a wet glue, isn't it? Is that it allows for those little moments. Whereas if I'd been using Fabri-Tac, oh gosh, I just don't even want to think about that. Okay. Okay, almost there, almost there. I'm not worried about that bit of ink showing through. I could always cover it if it starts to bother me. Almost there. Do I want... no. That one is a close call, I think. And then final piece. Oops, a daisy. Okay, and then I'm just going to glue this down here. So it'll give it time for everything to set, ready for when I'm back. So again, we're going to have a piece that's going to go on there. Okay. And I probably want to put some sort of closure on as well. So I'm just going to let this set now. For now, I'm still loving my book. It's funny, isn't it, how the little things kind of like, yeah. So I'm going to let that set, fold that over here. So it's looking a little bit chunky now, and we haven't put anything in there as such. I did have an idea of what I wanted to do here for the closure, but I'm not sure yet whether or not I'll get away with that, whether it'll work. So, yeah, so watch this space. So just these two now to kind of fill up, and we can start decorating. So I might do these two without off camera, because it's just literally going to be exactly the same process, measuring those. See, I might even do the closure on here to hold this in, the elastic closure that Kay had done on here. And then our finale on there, maybe. Anyway, I'm going to leave that to set, and yeah, I'll be back with you shortly. Okay, so we're back, and I've put this glued this piece on here after sewing it and stitching it. This is the piece now that we're going to be working on, and this is the piece where I'm going to do the kind of setup that Kay did in her Jack the Ripper themed lapbook. So I'm going to show you what it looks like, and then I'll talk you through what we've done. Okay, so this is going to be the effect. All I've done is I've taken a 2-inch paper punch. I've glued some of this paper onto some of the card I used earlier, some of the scraps. I've scored it in half. I've put an eyelet in the middle, and I am gluing it to this paper just on the back, because on the front we want it to be movable for the closure. So it's gonna go on here like this, and I'm just gonna wait for this to set properly. Gonna do the same down the bottom. So this just pops in here. And then one more over here. And this is going to be where we add this. So once these are fully dried, these are going to be kind of movable, flappable, and I'm going to put some cord in here. So they're going to have some cord going, elastic cord coming down here, across here, and then this will literally go in here inside of the plastic cord. So as I said, that is from Kay from the Paper Shed UK in her Jack the Ripper lapbook, and I absolutely loved the effect. So yeah, if you haven't seen it, I will link it below so you can pop over and have a little look. So we're just going to wait now for these. They should dry pretty quickly. So I'm gonna, yeah, that looks okay. So if you see, these move around, but they're actually going to be attached with some elastic. So they're going to provide us with a kind of growable or shrinkable or whatever you want to call it, little kind of holdy thing. Okay, so I'm just going to, sorry if you got my head in this one, I'm going to stand up so I can see what I'm doing. Okay. Okay. And she moves everything. And I'm just going to glue these on again because I want, or attach these again I should say, because I want that to really set before we move on. And then I'll attach the elastics and show you how that works. I'm not sure I'm going to keep this as it is. I got this measurement wrong. It's slightly off centre and it's really going to wind me up, so I may have to revisit that, and if I do I'll make it just a little bit smaller so it fits in there a little bit better. Yeah, okay, so we'll kind of pause for a moment while we get this secured, and then we can start working on some other bits and pieces. Okay, so while the main book is stewing in glue, I am going to look at a cover for one of the 3 journals that will be going in this lapbook. I've probably bitten off more than I can chew, but we'll see how it goes. So this is a really, really old book, which I have just gutted. I'm actually quite pleased with the condition. It's not too bad. So what I am going to do is I'm going to cut the bookends and just keep the spine. Cut the spine off and just keep the book plates. There's definitely an easier way of doing this. Gosh, that really doesn't want to come off. I wonder if there's some metal in there. Let's have a look, shall we? Is there? No, I don't think there's any metal in there. Just think it's rather stiff. And you don't have to be perfect with these either, because I'm going to be covering the end part with some fabric. I don't know what fabric yet, but I keep leaving my topper out of my glue, and it's not a great thing to do. And then every time I try to unblock it, I end up killing my topper. Anyway, moving on. Oops. Right, I'm trying to be careful. Gosh, I cut this one even worse. Gosh, it is a really old book. Very, very old, delicate. So what I'm looking to do is have this as my journal. Which way's up? Oh, I don't think it matters, does it, with this? So my journal will go in here. So I'm going to have to cut some of my journal pages down because they're too big. So I'm going to do that now. I'm just going to... do I think I'll get through all of these in one go? Ooh, we did. Okay, so that's the one side. And again, I am not measuring. I am very much guesstimating. It's not a bad guess. Perhaps a tiny bit more off these. Teeny tiny bit more. Okay. So this is going to be, it is tall, too tall even, but I'm okay with that. So this is going to be our journal, and I'm going to put some fabric. I wonder if I've got, I did have pieces of fabric somewhere that I was working on. Yeah, I know. How am I ever supposed to find anything in my on my desk even? Okay, so that is going to be the, definitely going to go with that, and I am going to stitch that in. I think that will make just a really nice little journal. Let's see if it fits first of all where I want it to fit. Yeah, I'm going to want that to go in there, I think, and it's a really good match actually with that. I didn't realise how good a match it was. Okay, so let's see what fabric we have. Okay, so I've got some of this, which is very reflective of the time, I think. So let's have a look. Just going to measure. Probably want to take that off actually. So I'm going to want 1. Okay, and then we're going to want another one. And I only want a small, just broke my nail. I only want a small spine. So I think that a ruler width is going to be fine. And I will be covering the outside piece with lace anyway. Okay. Just checking I was recording. I would have been very upset if I wasn't. I'm trying to capture as much of this one on film as I can, because I didn't do that in the first one, and I did get a lot of feedback to say people would have liked to have seen it. So, okay, so let's get the book and let's see what we can do with this. So if I have it, I think, to be honest, oh gosh, I'm going to have to get rid of some of this rubbish. I've at least kind of talked myself into clearing up after each project. So that's something. Yep, so I think that'll be okay. I'm going to use Kalal, only because I don't know what I've done with my Fabri-Tac. Honestly, I despair sometimes. Just going to rub this in a bit to try and avoid those gluey bits. I'm going to put this one on the inside, I think. Because it's got that little bit of an edge rim on it. Excuse me. Let's just have a look and see. That looks about right. So I'm just going to put my outer bits on and put a little bit in the middle as well. And like I said, I'm not overly worried because I will be using lace to cover up any bits that shouldn't be there, or any mistakes or overspills or whatever. Yep, that's okay. So I'm hoping that is going to work, because I really do like this cover. I think it will go perfect. So that is like that, and it'll close like that. Possibly could have gone a little bit thicker, but we're going to let this dry first. And once it's dried, we'll check it out, and then we'll sew the book in, the journal in, and we'll sew the journal in, and we will stitch or put some lace, excuse me, some lace on the outsides. I'm not necessarily going to use this lace, but it will, whatever I put on, no, I'm not going to use this one at all, but what I do put on will hide a multitude of sins. I'm hoping. So I'm going to cut these sides down, or the top and the bottom down, once it's fully stuck. And that will house our larger of the 3 journals. And all I've done with this is I've just used a load of the kit pages. They're really, really lovely. So this will be probably topped up with some coffee dyed paper, I would have thought. And like I said, I don't mind the kind of overhang there. I think it's probably the best I can do without without actually making something that fits. So yeah, I think that's going to be okay. So we'll put that to one side to dry, and we'll just recap on our lap book. I know it's a bit disjointed. It's always disjointed with me. I always have a plan. I'm going to do this, 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 and I just squirrel even within a project. So yeah, if I'm giving you whiplash, then I'm sorry. It's kind of how things end up. But so our lap book is looking a little bit thicker, which is all good, as long as it doesn't get too much thicker. I can afford to bump this side up a little bit, I think, not this side too much. So we're going to have some covering on this, some lace. We've got our writing pad, which I just, every time I look at it, I just love it, love it, love it. Yeah, really love that. And then we flip it over here. We've got our pocket, which is going to house all of our writing paper and our envelopes. We've got this section here, which is going to be all about Elizabeth Bennet. We've got this section here, which is going to be, oh, did I miss a piece then? It's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so this section here is going to be all about Mr. Darcy. I might, in this piece here, do something about the, let's just type in the area or the period in which it all took place, possibly. But we'll have Mr. Darcy and Miss Bennet. Then we will have over here, should be able to take those, yeah. Then we will have over here the kind of courtship. Well, it's not just a courtship, is it? It's going to be the ball at Meredith, one of the two, how they kind of, all the other people that kind of come to play. So there's quite a lot of space to fill these bits up. And then this one we've turned into a large pocket, and that is going to house our journal. So the back of the journal will go in there, or the whole journal. And then this is the piece that we did today, and I just need to put some elastics on that, and that is going to house our, I did a new one while I was off camera. I put a new one together, and I'm going to stencil it or do something with it. put some papers on it, I don't know yet, but definitely do a new one because I wasn't happy with the old one. So this is going to contain some of our secret letters. And then this is going to contain the finale. So the front and back are just going to be kind of like, kind of just like, well, just nice looking pieces. So that is where we are. The next video is going to be starting to put all the bits and pieces in the ephemera together. So I am looking forward to that. I'm also a little bit nervous because I haven't fully worked out how I want that to kind of pan out, but we will, I'm sure we'll get there. So I'll leave it there. Thank you as always for joining me. We'll catch up in the next video. Until then, as always, take care, stay safe, and we'll speak soon. Bye for now.